For all this scan data, I process the non-color one using the point cloud filtering and point cloud thinning. I only change the scenario type, either indoor or outdoor, and I leave the rest as the stock value. And for the color lines, I only change this scenario type. And for the Gaussian splatting, I use the high quality image. It's only one sample here because it takes very long time to process. The non-color version will give higher number of the point cloud, 16 million. Color one will give only 6.4 million. And if I check the trajectories, the starting point and the end point almost match. I cannot detect any misalignment on the starting frame and the ending frame. So this scan has no translation and rotational drifting that I need to adjust. So I just leave it as the default value. And with the mirror in the room, it's going to create a ghosting on the other side of the wall. This is normal for the LiDAR scanner. Okay, this is a non-color version in Cloud Compare. Okay, let me slice down here. There's one missing data on the floor next to the bed. Okay, it's cross section from the inside. The wall thickness of this point cloud is 22 millimeters. And this is the other side of the cross section. Okay, this is a color scan. It's a bit easier to understand because it has a color, but the number of point cloud is lower than the non-color version. Okay, cross section look okay, I think. It's from the other side of the wheel. Like this room, the width is 3.7 meter and the floor step is 85 millimeter. This is the result from Gaussian splatting. So you can pan up, down. I have no comment on this because I know what I'm going to use it for. It's like a painting, not a photograph. You can actually look onto the floor, but the image quality is not that good. And for the non-color version, I have 46 million points, and the color version I have 18 million points. So the color version will have a lesser dense point cloud. So it's a good idea if you want to trace. For reverse engineering, you have better use the non-color version. If I check for the trajectories, if I double click here and double click here, okay, it's a simple way that you can check for the accuracy of your scan by checking the alignment of the first and the last frame. I place the scanner on the exactly same point when it start and end the scan. You see that the translation match and rotational is also matched between the two frames. So I don't need to do any adjustment. This is the best accuracy that the scanner can give on this scan. Okay, let's review this in the cloud compare. Okay, if I measure the wall thickness from this scan, I will get somewhere around 16 mm for the point cloud thickness of the wall. It's quite thin, can be used for tracing in CAD. Scan data is quite complete. This is the hallway closer to the elevator. When I walk toward this walkway to here, it's the end of the corridor. Scanning the wider corridor is easy for the 3D scanner. It has a floor, a ceiling, and the walls, so the full size capture. The position of the scanner is quite accurate. I think it's quite easy to trace. Okay, this is a color version of the scan. The color version is much easier to understand. I can see the fire extinguisher here. This could be the hydrant. If you are a building inspector, you can measure for the building code. Distance between the two fire extinguishers is 46 meters. Building code permit is 50. This is the scan result. 23 million for the non-color version and 9 million for the color version. Let's check the trajectories. Umbrella is closer to the starting and the end point, I can see that it's aligned, the translation and rotation. I don't need to adjust anything on this scan. Guys, this is the result from the non-color version. It's my starting point on this table, and I walk down the stairs and walk up here on these stairs. I walk into the hallway here. You can see the hallway that I walk in. So this scan is both outdoor and indoor. I walk into a narrow corridor, walk out the lamp here, up here, and I go from here to complete my loop on this table. You see the top of the building has a very low density of the point cloud. If I check it, the distance from here to the point where I stand is about 53 meters, and the wall thickness is quite okay, I think, less than 2 centimeters. The color version has lower number of the point clouds, but it's easier to see and understand. Stair I walk down. If you want the stair to be complete, you need to walk up and down the stair. You can capture both lights and run up the stair if you walk up and down. But in this scan, I only walk down the stair, so some part of the scan is missing. Clearly see the completeness of the stair, but this one maybe is because the color of the stair. Let's compare this to the non-color version. A non-color version has more detail on the stair. Maybe it's because the dark color of the stair. Yeah, the color one has much less detail. Okay, I can clearly see the underground hallway. It's the lamp. Comparing with the non-color version, it's a lot of missing there. Guys, with the scanner from the hotel hallway, 23 million points. This will be the color version, 8.5 million points. So it has much lesser point cloud density than the non-color version. The trajectories, start and the end point, is not perfectly matched, 2 or 3 centimeters. So the alignment, so I don't need any adjustment on this scan as well. It's a hallway scan. Okay, so all the walls captured is quite thin. Yeah, I can clearly see the detail on the wall. I walk up and down the stair in a loop. So the rise and run up the stairs is quite complete. If you want to reverse in CAD, this could be easy. Maybe one day I do an example of how I reverse this in CAD in the 3D models. Okay, so cross section for ceiling. I can see the position of the lamp on the ceiling. 6.3 meters. It's quite exact, 3.00. I think the color is not this blue color. Maybe something wrong with the white balance in the camera. And the completeness of the stair is when comparing with the non-color one. So looking inside here, get a perspective view. There's a tier scanned 23 million points. Color one is 8 million points. And the scene is very dark. Let me check the trajectories. And no drifting on the translation and the rotation as well. Let me lower this down here. Okay, this will be the starting point. Yeah, I can see part of my head here. I didn't walk up this stair, so the rise and the run of the stair is incomplete. But I can see the edge of the stair on the stage here. And the wall thickness is thin. I think it's less than 2 centimeters if I measure it. This stair is incomplete. But I can see the rise. I can see the edge. I think this could be the reflection from the mirror. This whole area, the floor is not captured. I think I walk here, but the floor is not captured. Yeah, it's thin enough. The theater scanned non-color version. This is color version. I think you're not going to see a lot of information here. It's quite dark, but it still can capture the place where there's some light. Cross section is quite difficult to see because it's dark. Yeah, it's too dark to see. Okay, here's another outdoor scene area. 35 million point clouds. And if I check the trajectories, it's almost overlap. So there shouldn't be any drifting in this scan at all. And this is the color version. 14 million points. Okay, let's check this in the cloud compare. Okay, this would be my starting point. If it has a denser point cloud than usual. And then I walk down here, go down the stairs, go down here, yeah, I think it's quite sky is quite complete. 77 centimeters.
ค่ะ
73 meters. It can still reach 73 meters. Okay, this is a color version. It's much easier to understand, and I don't think the floor here is this blue color. Color is not exactly matched. So the Ray Studio has improved a lot from the first version that I test. Now the color scan has more precision, almost matching the precision of the non-color version, but the number of the point cloud is like 3 times lesser than the non-color version. The thickness of the wall is somewhere between 16 to 25 millimeters. And in all these 6 scans, there is no drifting, and I don't have to do a manual alignment for the loop. For me, the color point cloud and the non-color version is good enough for a real usage. Okay, thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.